and welcome to Coffee with Connie. Today, my guest star is the one, the only, the fabulous. I'm making her blush. Dee with Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. How are you doing today, Dee?
Well, I'm doing better now, thanks. Hi, everybody.
So let's see. We have Brenda, Kim, Lisa, Julia, and Lisa McClure and Alice in the house today. How are y'all and what are y'all working on? Y'all may have noticed I didn't do my intro video to today's live. I forgot to redo one. I the one that I have attached is my Valentine's Day one, and we're past Valentine's Day.
It's still February.
One of my cats is being chatty in the background.
I
Oh,
can hear.
that was Allie. That was loud for Allie. Let's see. We also have Angelus that joined us. How are you? And what are you working on? Yeah, and I do want to let y'all know my brain is broken.
Mine too, so it's going to be one of those days.
I'm like my it's like my concentration is just not there the last few days.
Yeah,
And
today was a late start. I'm just waking up. So, hello, everybody.
so if I kind of like seem scatterbrained or something, that's why my brain is broken.
You're allowed, Connie. We all get that way.
Let's see, we also have Angel Renee that joined us and Cheryl. I thought there was someone else that joined us. How are y'all and what are y'all working on? And Shakita's here too. Howdy, howdy. And what are you working on? But yeah, for those that don't know, I am working on a crochet scarf pattern design,
Oh, nice.
and I'm hoping to get it finished the end of day Friday, at least the crocheting part. Then I'm going to get it written up and send it out to testers. So if anyone's interested in testing my pattern, please send me an email. Let me know. I'll put my email on the screen. But yeah, send me an email so we can talk it over. Let's see. And I did show the scarf in my Crochet Tuesday video I did on Tuesday. We also have Denise and Dawn in the house. How are y'all and what are y'all working on? And Diane too. Howdy, howdy. Uh, the chat's jumping on me. Oh, thank you, Alice. The funny thing is, when I made this hat, I wasn't sure how the yarn would do because I was a little nervous with the yarn. But once I finished it, I was like, "Ooh, I love how it looks." I love how the colors like just kind of fade into each other in a sense and just blends.
Yeah, I'm in the process of well, I got several things going, but one of the things is a cardigan. And I usually don't like bulky yarns,
I
and
don't either.
yeah, and a lot of times with the bulky yarn, I don't know if you find this, but any ones that I've used other than blanket yarn, which I don't like at all, is they split a lot. Like they aren't wound tight enough or something. But I'm using this Big Twist Mellow, it's called, for the first time. And it's a very nice yarn. It's not
Ooh.
splitting, nothing. I'm really enjoying making this sweater because I was dreading it, but I wanted to use the yarn because it's so pretty. And it's actually whizzing right along. I'm pleasantly surprised.
It's funny how sometimes that happens.
I would have never thought it because number one, I don't like thick yarn. And number two, it looks like it would split, but it doesn't. And so, well, here, I can show you what I'm talking about. Oh, there went my hook. Okay. See how pretty the color? Here, wait.
Ooh.
It's like
Pretty.
it's got copper sparkle in it, but it's whizzing right through and it's not snagging. And like I said, it's that big twist mellow, which
Ooh,
they'll probably discontinue because I like it. So,
that's how it goes.
oh man, it happens to me every time.
And
But
nothing's worse than when you buy yarn and you make a project and you run out of yarn and then they discontinue that yarn.
yeah, and
So,
then you're on a mad search and they want $20 for
mhm,
one skein because it's been discontinued.
yeah,
Ugh.
they want too much money for that yarn.
Yeah, this is just a real easy peasy kind of sweater. This is how far I've gotten. This right here is pockets. It's going to be pockets going in. But it's super simple and it sparkles so nice. I love that copper sparkle. That's my color.
Gotta love the sparkles.
Yeah. Sparkle is my favorite color.
Exactly. Sparkles make everything better.
Yeah.
Um, Alice, I know you were talking about the color of this yarn. Um, I know it's a red heart yarn. I can't remember exactly which yarn, but it is red heart. So you could probably do some digging and figure out which one it is. If you want to.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty. I like the color combo. Very pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a thing for pink a lot of times. And pink and like brown. I love how those colors look.
Yeah, I like pink and gray and pink and black too. Those darker tones to offset the pink. I think it's very pretty.
Shatika says she's working on crocheting sweaters and cardigans. And did I tell Diane hello? If not, howdy, howdy doodle.
Mm.
And what are you working on? Okay, let me write that down. Denise is saying she wants to test. And but do send me an email because I don't think I have your email, Denise.
I was going to show you this yarn right here. I just finished a purse, and this yarn right here is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. And several people have commented to me that they thought it was a good yarn, that it didn't split whenever. It's Universal Bloom, and this is Universal Bloom hand painted.
Ooh,
And I mean, yes, it's very pretty.
ooh, I love the tassel too.
Um, but the yarn itself, I don't know if you can see, but it goes from like thick to thin. It's a roving, but an extreme roving, like it's really fuzzy. So you get these big bumps. Awful yarn. I'll never use it again. I'm glad the purse is done. I don't have to deal with it no more.
It seems like you pop the projects out quickly.
I'm a really fast crocheter, and I always got 3 or 4 projects going at a time. So I'll have 2 finished as I'm working on 2 more. And, I just rotate them because I get bored easy, and I'm working on the Sophie's Universe in between all the other things that I'm doing, which I have sitting here too. You told me to bring some projects. So, I brought the Sophie's in as well, but I'm
Yeah,
working on
that's a beautiful pattern.
Oh, it is so pretty. And this is very complicated, you
It
know.
looks like it would be.
It is. It's complicated. So you have to sit and pay attention, like it has all these flowers in it everywhere. Like I just did this row here. But this one right here is my favorite flower. Isn't that pretty?
I would love to see something like that in a shawl.
Oh, it's so pretty. My mind just wanders. Me and Mama G were talking about how this pattern could be transformed into other things, And but I'm gonna do the blanket because I'm all in, and I'm gonna do that blanket. But that's something you gotta concentrate on, I mean, you really gotta sit down and pay attention. And I can do that for a couple hours, and then I gotta get up and walk away and do something else real quick. So that's why I've always got I've got real technical one going, and then several others that are no brainers for me. I have to do it that way because I just walk away. I got to take a break from you, Sophie. So I move on to something else.
Let's see. Julia saying she loves my scarf. If you're referring to the one I have on here, this is not one I made. I got this from a thrift store. Um,
Gotta love them thrift stores.
Me too. I like scarves. A lot of times, like I always look at the scarves there and thrift store. I'm getting tongue tied. Sorry, at thrift stores or like yard sales. Like I got so many scarves. That's why I rarely knit or crochet scarves because I have so many like from that.
Well, the thing about thrift stores is, we know how much work goes into those things. You know what I'm saying? You see a blanket at a thrift store for $3 that probably took somebody a month to make or better, and it's got 50 skeins of yarn in it, and they're selling it for $3. I feel like I have to rescue it. Like that's the way I feel. Like, oh my gosh, I need to rescue this because nobody's appreciating this. They got it up here for $3, and it took somebody a really long time to make it. I know what went into it. And the same thing with any scarves or shawls or anything I see in a thrift store, I almost feel like I have to rescue it.
And like a lot of the stuff that I have, especially the ones that are crochet or knitted, like that was before I knew how to crochet and knit.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I wish I could make stuff like this. And and I would see all the beautiful ones, which helped encourage and motivate me to learn the crafts. So there was that.
She was talking about the scarf you're designing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you so much. I learned new stitches making that scarf because the stitches in the scarf is the feather stitch, the drop stitch, and the ocean wave stitch.
Oh, nice. I bet that's beautiful.
I love those stitches. They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
stitches.
they really are. It's like the Sophie's. I have learned so many new stitches. I mean, basically they're the same old, chain, single, double, triple, whatever. Same normal stuff we do all the time, but used at different angles and in different, numbers or whatever. That's creating these beautiful things. So I'm really enjoying the Sophie's because I'm learning so many stitches from it.
Mm-hmm. And I learned 2 other stitches in the process because originally I was wanting to use the broomstick lace stitch, but I felt like it caved in a lot, like with the other stitches I used. So I was like, this ain't working. And then I also learned the raven claw stitch, and that's a beautiful stitch.
Oh, okay. I don't believe I've ever done that one.
And really, I should have found what that's as found that one as one of the stitches to. I can't talk. One of the stitches to share today. I didn't think about that until just now. Oh
Yeah.
well, maybe the next time we talk about stitches.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because our thing, me and Dee's thing, tends to be stitches and edgings.
Yeah.
That's what we seem to talk about when we're live together. And then we were talking earlier about doing granny squares, which
there's so many, different kinds of granny squares. They've come out with all these books like 100 tiles and 3D granny squares and stuff like that. Granny squares aren't just, double crochets and, they aren't just that anymore. There's a lot more to them. There's ones that are almost amigurumi looking,
Yes,
Yeah.
It's just like amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
And the irony is, Dee brings that up today. Well, yesterday, somehow like my brain was coming up with all these ideas for topics. Because a lot of times I struggle, okay, what topic can I do? What topic? And one of the topics that came in my head yesterday for an upcoming live was different granny squares.
I know. And then I brought it up to, she goes, I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh,
And,
wow.
and it's so cool whenever that happens. You know, all of
Yeah.
a sudden it's like, I was thinking the same thing. What a coincidence.
Hi,
Um,
Sherry. I got
yeah.
a t-shirt on that Sherry gave me. She
Oh,
sent it to
nice.
me. It says, be kind. It's tie-dye.
Yeah,
I took it.
I'm behind on the chat, so I'm about to look to see who's joined us. But welcome in the meantime. One thing I want to mention before I forget to mention this, on the shawl that I'm designing, I'm looking for a name to call that scarf. Something like beautiful, eloquent sounding. And the thing is, there's a hidden giveaway in my last Crochet Tuesday video. So if
Oh,
you go to that video and put in a comment, a suggestion for a name, you will be entered to win my pattern bundle, like all my patterns in my Ravelry store. And once I release the new scarf, you will also get that one.
oh,
And
nice.
and basically, like whoever's name I choose is going to be one of the winners. And I will also choose a winner at random.
Wow,
So
that's nice. Yeah.
so to know if you're entered, I will respond back letting you know that I have you. So like if you don't hear back from me, then you might want to like send me an email or something and be like, "Hey, did you get my suggestion?" But right now I am like behind on my comments. So it'll probably be like after the weekend before I'm caught up responding to my comments. So those that have already suggested a name, I just haven't like gotten to the comment yet. So but by the end of the weekend I should be caught up. But yeah, so get some ideas.
Yeah, my light seems extra bright today.
You might just be having an eye sensitivity.
I don't know. I'm really tired. I'm wore out. I admit it. I'm old. I, I've been moving my mom in and, taking care of her. And I've got a million things going and I'm just wore out.
Yeah, need more energy. Anyone have
Yeah.
any energy that y'all want to lend?
Yeah, exactly. I'll take all the energy I can get.
But oh, and one thing too with the little pattern giveaway thing, there is always a possibility I may pick more than one winner at random. You never know. Because a lot of times when I release a pattern and do a pattern giveaway, I usually pick multiple winners. So, but
I'm
anywho,
glancing over here at my computer screen if you're wondering why I keep looking over
yeah.
there. I know, right?
All right, let's see. We have Sindy Passamaquoddy that joined us. Okay, yeah, I told Cheryl hi. We have Angela that joined us too. Mm,
Sherry says I'm zooming into 60 because next month is my 60th birthday. You're
oh,
right, I am zooming.
happy early birthday. We
Thank you
also
so much.
we also have Ashley that joined us
Hello, everybody.
and Sherry. Oh, Sherry's asking. I think this is geared towards you, Dee.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you doing the crab stitch for the Sophies?
Nope, passed it by. Nope, I
Yeah,
don't enjoy the crab stitch. And the lady even says, like in the tutorial, she says it's optional. Well, I opted out. I don't like the crab stitch.
yeah, and I haven't made that. I haven't like done that blanket at all yet. It may happen one day, but I'm still like on a blanket break.
Yeah, I hear you. I've got one that I'm doing, and once again, bulky yarn that I don't like. 5 bulky. and it's a slow process because that, like, I have different stations in my house for different projects. Like my kitchen table, I'm sitting there doing Sophie's. And, if I sit in my recliner, I'm working on this bulky blanket. But every time I get into we have a love seat recliner, all the dogs jump on me. So I get nothing done. Everybody, it's like, mom's in the chair. So everybody jumps on me and I get nothing done. So I've only got maybe this much of a king size blanket. And I'm just doing half doubles, but I can't lay it out because, it's huge and bulky and the dogs. And yeah, so if I sit there, I'm, open target. So I'm getting nothing done in that blanket. And I don't enjoy doing blankets, to be totally honest with you. I really don't. I'm enjoying the Sophies because I'm learning so much, but just on average, it's just too big of a project. It just, you gotta, lay it all out. And, I just rather do wearables. I like doing wearables, but,
Let's see, we have Jen that joined us. Sherry saying my pattern giveaway isn't hidden now. And really, that really wasn't the intention to hide it. Um, it was just that I started, I was showing the progress of it, and I've been trying to think of a name, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a little giveaway trying to get some suggestions.
that's a great idea.
And whoever's name I use, that's going to make y'all feel special.
Yeah, for sure. Have a pattern with your, the name you picked on it. That's fancy.
And like I said, and I'll probably be mentioning it like on other lives too, or like probably, well, no, I'm only doing it for a week. I was going to say possibly another video, but I won't do another Crochet Tuesday video until basically it's time to pick the winner. So yeah, and it's going on. I gave it about a week from Tuesday. I don't remember the exact day, so it's not gonna be one that's gonna a lone giveaway to enter. And Cindy's asking what yarn am I using on it. It's the Winter Nights, Lion Brand's Winter Nights, the one with the sequence.
Oh,
It's
yeah, that's
sequences
great.
or a pain to work with.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've got some, what is it, sunset night over here that has the sequence. Yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the butt, but the effect is so beautiful.
I know.
You just gotta love it. I love anything that sparkles. Everybody knows that. So sequin sparkle. So, whether it's painted butt or not, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. And the colorway is beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful.
Well, blue's my favorite. You know that. Blue, teal, green. Those are my favorite colors. So
We also have Jessie in the house. Yeah, and that's one thing too with the video. I've gotten a few name suggestions, but like I haven't gotten like that many. So I kind of figured either, people didn't notice it or maybe they forgot. Oh, have a good day, Cheryl. Oh, we have Tina here and Daphne.
Dawn, hell, I having fun says I had a blanket I started the year my son was born. I finished it 26 years later.
Hey, you finished it.
Hey, yeah, exactly.
Better late than never.
Exactly.
And I see Brenda saying hi to Lynette, but I didn't notice Lynette. Whenever I was,
The camper's here too, and
yeah.
Jessie, the crafting gypsy.
So if Lynette's here, howdy, howdy, Lynette. Let's see. I lost my place now. Of course, I end up losing my place.
Something in the air today.
I'm trying to quickly catch up with everything in the chat. And then we'll start getting into stitches.
Yeah.
And well, Dee's going to be here for an hour. So
Yeah.
if we haven't really got as much into the stitches as I would like, then I'll probably stay by myself and cover more of the stitches.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. I have finally got my throat doctor appointment today, so I've got to go. I'm nervous, Rock. I hope I ain't got to have surgery. I'm so scared.
Well, hopefully all goes well.
Yeah. Well, see that, it's not the surgery itself that I'm scared of. It's after I have the surgery, I can't speak for a month. So it's like Mark's gonna have to do my channel because y'all don't know sign language. So, Mark's gonna have to do my channel, and there's a long recovery time. The surgery itself is piece of cake.
Okay, let's see. Denise is asking, what was the name of the video with your new shawl? Well, it's a scarf that I'm designing, and it's my last Crochet Tuesday video. Um, let's see. So if you go to the video section, it'll be the last Crochet Tuesday one you see. And hopefully I don't make a noise. I don't think this will.
Thank you,
Okay.
Julie and Sherry. I appreciate you.
Okay, where's that tab? This one I called Finish Bod's Olive Branch Shawl, Progress on a Crochet Design, and Happy Mail from Deanna M.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
So that's what it's actually called. But okay, it looks like I'm caught up with everything here. So you want to get started with the stitches? I'll let you kind of talk about what you want to. That way.
I just I grabbed a couple of my books. I know the last time I brought out my big stitch books and we kind of went through those. And so I was kind of thinking I love Kristen Abdal. I'm probably saying her name wrong. You know who I'm talking about?
I don't think
Kristen Abdal. She has a YouTube channel and she does really lacy. She used to sell yarn. She does really lacy stitches. And I've bought several of her books. And, she does wearables and that kind of thing. So these are the kinds of stuff that I was thinking. Oh, wrong way. Wait. I mean, look at that.
Ooh,
Isn't it
pretty.
beautiful?
You see, the name sounds familiar.
Here's a picture of her right here.
See, I don't know if I'm subscribed to her or not.
Well, she used to do her stuff at the beach all the time. I believe she lives in Florida. And like she does all this really super lacy stuff. And I really like her style. It's kind of boho, my kind of stuff, But she does some really cool, speaking of talking about stitches, she takes, everyday stitches and does a combo and comes up with some beautiful stuff. Like this, I don't know if you can tell, looks just like a granny stitch, but nevertheless, it pops out like waves. Do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
How the stitches pop out. I mean, I really enjoy her books. They're just the stuff she has in here are just beautiful, beautiful and lacy. And
does she design patterns?
Yes, she does.
Because I'm thinking it was either on one of my lives where we were talking about some type of patterns that her name came up, or it may have been from you.
Yeah, it might have been. I do really enjoy her stuff. Like I said, she's really into lacy patterns, which I like. And this here reminded me of almost a chain mail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dee is the stitch book queen.
Well, I buy all these books for inspiration more so than patterns. Really, honestly, I'll go, hey, I like that stitch. I'm going to use it. Like, look at this stitch on the top of a hat. Now, how pretty is that on the top of the hat?
That's pretty. I always like designs like that.
Yeah, me too. And I'm not one for wearing hats, but that's super cool on the top of a hat. So it's, a lot of times when you're making something, it's just a matter of making the right stitch that makes it just pop and you know, whatever, you know, because I don't know about you, but I always gravitate towards the half double, you know, because it fills in, and you know, I gravitate towards that because it's the easiest stitch, right? I mean, you know, other than chain or, you know, single, but it's the easiest stitch to get some progress, you know. It's easy to zoom out something, you know. But you know, when you look at these books, you see that you know, if you apply some simple stitches just in a certain, you know, sequence, you come up with some really pretty stuff, and that's hard to ignore, you know. I mean, you could do a blanket all day long with a half double, but when you get into wearables, you need to have some variety. You need to have some pretty stitches, you know. That's the way I look at it. You know, like this. Here's another
Yeah,
one.
that's pretty.
Isn't
And you
that
know what's
pretty?
funny? That actually looks like knit more, at least
Yeah, it
from
does.
what I'm seeing,
Yeah, and it's not. It's crochet. Oh,
because
here's a
how knit tends to have a lot of the lace work.
yeah.
Now, if I had the book like in front of my face, I might be like, okay, yeah, that's definitely crochet, but
Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard to tell. You know, and it also has to do with the thinness of the yarn. She uses a lot of real thin yarn because she does the lacier stitches, and I just, you know, I love it. I just think she's wonderful. I mean, she comes up with the cutest ideas. And like I said, basically, I gravitate towards that half double, you know? So I look at these books to get some inspiration. So I don't. I mean, look at that.
ooh.
Yeah.
So that
You
book
know,
is called,
that, oh, I'm sorry.
what
It's
was,
called,
what, okay, that's the same book you were just sharing out of?
no,
Okay,
this is another Kristen Abdal book. This is
okay, yeah.
Crochet So Lovely.
Because I see Thriss was asking which book that was.
Yeah,
And by the
Crochet So
way, hi
Lovely.
Thriss.
Hi, Therese. And this one is Crochet So Fine. And this is also another Kirsten Abdal. I mean, you know, she just takes these beautiful, you know. Now, if you were to do that in a thicker yarn, it would still be pretty, but it wouldn't be as lacy, or, you know what I mean? I
Is it
just
really?
like the lacier stitches. You know, we were going to talk about stitches today, and the lacier ones are the ones I love. Although, when I'm making everyday projects, the double, you know, the half double is my favorite.
You know, I may have to get with you when it comes to some good stitches to use for that are lacy for pattern designs.
Oh, absolutely. Like, look at this.
Pretty, pretty.
Isn't that beautiful? And I mean, the rest of the sweater is just half doubles, but the top part of it, you know, is
Nice.
that kind of wavy. I mean, how pretty is that? So you could get away with doing the whole lower section and under the sleeves of that half double that you zoom through, and just have to put very little lacy on there to give it that effect. I think that's brilliant. I just think that's brilliant. And here's a full picture of that. You see? Oh, I'm sorry.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of the different lacier stitches obviously go better with the thinner yarns. And the thing about thinner yarns is, you know, some people get cramps in their hands and all that. And look at that sleeve. Isn't that beautiful?
Very nice.
The rest of the sweater's half doubles. You see what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
You know, I
Oh,
just think,
sorry. I
oh
have
no,
something I want to ask Thriss before I forget to ask her. You haven't had your monetization party yet, have you?
no.
Because I wanted to let you know I can donate some patterns to it. Uh,
Nice.
I think I had tried to tell her one time in a live, but I don't know if she had seen my comment or not. So, and I was like, I need to email her and let her know. And I kept forgetting to email her. But yeah, I'll do a pattern bundle of all my patterns for one winner.
Nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice? I mean, some of the stuff, you know, like I said, you can take and do 90% of your project in a super simple stitch, and just, maybe do this part lacy or whatever. And it just makes it pop. It just makes it look like a whole different garment that, you can do that half double, whiz through that part, and then just have some that you have to, make a different stitch. Like this is beautiful to me.
Ooh, pretty, pretty. And I'm noticing a comment that Sherry left saying, I get books from second sale books and the price is a third of the full price. Yes, like if some of these books D is sharing, you can probably find them on some of the secondhand websites.
I'll tell you right now, I have a book outlet link where you can get 5% off. It's in my thing. And Book Outlet has all kinds. That's where I get a lot of my stuff. I don't pay full price for anything. I tell people that all the time. They don't believe me. I really don't. I get it on eBay. I get it on Marketplace. I go to the Book Outlet for second. And actually at the Book Outlet, you can choose whether you want second or first, brand new book. And there's only $1 difference. Like a book that costs $20, $30, I paid $5 or $6 for.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gotten a lot of books. I don't pay full price for anything. I'm a cheapskate. And people don't realize that, but it's the truth. Everything I have in this yarn room, I have gotten at a discount except my blue heron yarn. It's the only thing I paid full price for. And that's because it's my favorite.
I'm all about saving money.
Oh, me
And,
too.
but
yeah,
like
and you use that Book Outlet. You go to Book Outlet and you can check it out, man. I mean, I get the amigurumi crochet kits for under $10, and they're 20 and 30 in the store. You can get books there. You can get the crochet, it's all kinds of craft books, but that's where I buy a lot of my books. And then the other thing is eBay. There's some companies that, they'll do I'll give you an extra 10% off the already discounted price if you buy 3 books.
and
I mean, why not take advantage of that,
and normally I look for used books on eBay.
Yeah.
But a lot of the companies or have their own website too. But usually I find eBay's kind of easier. You just look for used books and find what you're wanting. And another thing that sometimes you can do too, but you do have a time limit on this, is most libraries, if you're looking for a certain book, they can request it from other libraries.
Right. And then you can use it for free and, take it back,
But the thing is, typically it's 2 weeks. Now you can extend it for a little while, but at a certain point they'll be like, we're not extending it anymore. Back. Bring it back.
We want our book back, lady.
But get the extension before it's due, or else you'll have to pay your book fines. Okay. Ooh, nice. I'm telling you that these patterns are making me think of knitting.
Yeah. They're just so beautiful, Like I said, the stitch work.
Pretty. Hi, Regina. How are you?
Wow. Look at this one.
Ooh. And you see, I love that Mandela look, or what I think that's what you call it.
Yeah, the circle, the way the circle goes is beautiful.
And I keep saying I want to make something, kind of like that one day. Hey, Lorele. Ooh. Nice.
I know. And I got this book. It's normally $22.95. I think I paid $6 for it. But we were talking about stitches today, and I was thinking out, me, I'm always thinking outside of the box. And I'm like, the thing about it is you don't have to do a whole project in those fancy stitches. Like I showed you those couple of shirts, you can do the half double, easy peasy, and just add some pretty stitches, and you end up with something that's just wow, eye-catching.
You're welcome, Thrift. And really, anyone that has channels, when y'all have y'all events, I can always donate some patterns. So, just send me an email. And that goes for you too, D.
Well, you know me, every Saturday I'm doing I do giveaways till I can't talk.
But you could always do something, maybe throw in one of my patterns with
Oh, well, thank
something.
you. I appreciate that.
Like maybe do
Yeah,
one pattern, like with something each time you go live.
absolutely, I will. And for anybody that donates, I put a ticket in my basket for my big box. So you'd
Cool
also,
beans.
with that donation, get a ticket. So that's cool. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Or even maybe even like doing maybe like three on one live, like you
All right,
know,
yeah. We'll
something
talk
like that.
about it and
Yeah.
decide what we do. Yeah, absolutely. Brenda
Oh,
Young has the same book. It was given to her. Yeah, like I said, it's Kirsten Abdahl. She's got all kinds of books. Uh, she's been in the crochet, on every crochet channel. Now, I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about like show, you know. She's in all the festivals. She does all this, but I really like her work because I like that lacy boho vibe that she has going. She's one of my favorite designers.
ooh, sweet. Oh, Dawn's also saying like libraries sometimes have their book sales where sometimes you may find books too.
Yeah,
And
when they're
maybe you'll
phasing
get
them out, Yeah.
lucky and find like a crochet knitting book. Um, let's see. All right, Julia's saying um the pattern was a blue and white infinity score. I think that's where we got talking about what's her name again? The one of that first book.
It's on both books. They're both hers. It's
Okay.
Kristen Abdal. Here, let
Okay.
me.
Yeah. See, I knew the name sounded familiar.
Yeah, she's got a lot of books out, and I really like looking at her stuff. I've never, honestly, to be honest, followed one of her patterns, but I buy her books all the time just to look at the stitches and to get inspiration.
Have fun working, Thriss. She's gonna lurk and listen now. Let's see. I'm just kind of skimming to see. Oh yeah, that is a good. Thriss is also mentioning, and I should have thought of this, that you can get the book and use the copier and make copies.
Oh yeah, from the library, and then
Hmm.
make copies of it. Hey, there's no law against that, I don't think. Not if you're doing it for yourself, you know.
There shouldn't be because I mean, you have the right to check out a book from the library, and I mean, you could keep checking the book out to finally get a pattern, from a book done.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And as long as you're not like sharing it with others, I don't see yeah, I don't see it being an issue.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, you know.
Let's see. Linda's here. Hi, Linda. And let's see.
And to get into the more thicker yarns. Now, this is one, this is called Crochet Geometry, this book. But, to get in
Ooh.
with the thicker yarns, that's still a real nice stitch. It looks lacy, you know. I think that's
I'm not a
perfect.
geometry person. I hated geometry in school.
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is, a lot of times I would cheat, like when it came to doing my homework, but I think my teacher knew it
Oh,
because
yeah, they knew. They knew. They had your number.
like you know, like on my test, I struggled with. So like my grades didn't match up to like my homework being correct.
I was always real good in school, but I goofed off a lot. And the teachers just would get so angry with me because I would get good grades and I passed the test and I do all that stuff. And I spent most of my time goofing off, you know? So, yeah, they used to get not happy with me.
Sometimes, like, well, not really like bad type thing. It was like more innocent bad. But like teachers tended to like me. And overall, like I was a good student. So I could get away with things easier.
Yeah, well, they
Where
used
like
to get aggravated with me because, you know, I was just ridiculous. I was always the class clown, goofing off in the back of the room, whatever. And then I'd ace a test and they'd be like, you know?
but like sometimes like I would do my homework and I would put like the like silly answers. I would just like put anything down as the
Oh, gee.
answer. And teachers never notice. I even had a friend who copied my homework.
Oh,
And
no.
and she was like, Connie, these answers are ridiculous. And I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it. I do this all the time. They never notice. You want to hear like the thing that's hilarious? Well, I felt bad for my friend. The teacher noticed it on hers.
Oh, no.
But
So you both got in trouble.
the teacher did not notice it on mine. And the teacher did not notice that we had the same exact answers. I
But you
completely got
noticed
away
that
with
your
everything.
but you knew that your friend was had goofy answers.
But the thing is, that teacher kind of started like having issues towards my friend. So I think that's kind of why it got noticed with her and not me. Like I said,
Yeah,
some of it depends on what students they like.
yeah, that's true.
Then, um, sometimes like I would forget to do my homework, and I didn't even want to get a bad grade, for not doing my homework. So I would turn to an old assignment, and I got away with it. I did it like 2 or 3 times, and
Oh,
got
man,
away with it.
I used to crack my teachers up, like an English class or whatever, and they'd have, they give you some words and they'd say, write a story about this. And my stories would be so crazy and off the wall and whatever. The teacher would have a hard time keeping a straight face reading it. The teacher would be like, oh my God. Because my stories would be so crazy. I would just come up with this crazy off the wall stuff.
And another thing too, like my brother especially would do this. Like how you would have discussion questions on test. He would just like make up all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, me too.
And he would convince the teacher that he knew the answer. And but one thing I learned with discussion questions, even if you don't really know the answer, if you attempt to answer it,
Yeah.
you
They'll
at
give
least
you
usually
credit for trying at least.
they usually do, yeah, partial credit.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I know kind of like part of the answer, but I don't know it as thorough as what they wanted.
Yeah.
You know,
Coping with Aaron said she didn't go wild till college.
and that's the thing, because if you just don't answer it, you know,
Yep.
if you would at least attempt, you would get some points. So teach your kids that.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, just throw something out there.
Yeah, don't
You
leave
know the answer, fudge it.
don't leave it blank. And sometimes you actually do know more than what you think you know. Where you do kind of like hit on part of the answer.
Yeah, but your way of explaining it may be different than the teacher's way, but you are
Mm-hmm.
getting the point.
There is a saying that she's missed a lot of emails from me.
Oh man, I cannot keep up with my emails. I don't
Um,
know what to do about it. I really can't keep up. I try. I get hundreds every single day. How can you
It's
keep up with that?
it's hard because like lately I've been getting behind on my emails a lot, my
Oh,
YouTube comments.
I think to myself, like the other day, I thought, okay, I am caught up. I thought this is like a couple weeks ago. I think I'm caught up. I'm answering questions from months earlier. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so I think I'm caught up. 2 days later, I've got 300 emails. So I'm right back to being way behind. I just can't keep up with the emails. I just can't. I
It's
try. So anybody, if I've not read your email, I apologize. I really try, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy how many emails I get in a day.
because you catch up and then the cycle repeats itself.
Yeah, and of course, I'm signed up to all the newsletters for all the yarn companies, and then my subscribers asking questions or showing me pictures or whatever. And then I got all my giveaways, and I got, ooh wee, I just get overwhelmed. There's just so many.
See, with me right now, my email I'm pretty much caught up on. I have a few emails to respond back to in my emails. It's the YouTube comments that I'm like really behind on right now.
Yeah, I get behind on those, and that why I'm catching up on emails, and then I get kind of caught up on emails, and I'm behind on those, and I switch over. I mean, there's just there's no rhyme or reason, It's like I just don't know. I try. It's all I can say. We were talking about just trying, at least trying. That's what brought that to my mind.
And the thing is that like I want to respond back to everybody,
Me
and
too. Me
and it's
too.
just it gets hard.
Yeah, I
It,
do need a secretary, Jen. Are you offering?
let's see.
Sorry.
I'm
Excuse
going to
me.
tell you how many days behind I am on YouTube comments. Oh, gee. 11 days behind. 11
Yeah.
days behind.
All week. I've been moving mom in and getting her situated. All week I haven't been able to get to those things, like my YouTube comments, I can do that on the fly, but to sit down and do, read emails, I'm behind at least a week, at least if not more, you
And
know.
then where people mention me, I'm probably further behind on that because I like to respond back to a lot of those too. And I'm
Right.
just like, like say someone shouted me out, I feel guilty that I didn't tell them thank you, and it's like,
Yeah, I understand. Believe me, there's just so many things that you get behind on and whatever. Jen wants to know, is that a paid position? I will gladly pay you on Tuesday for the services you rendered today.
but yeah, because I feel like, when I don't respond back quickly, I'm ignoring people, and it's like, and that's not what it is. It's I'm behind.
Yeah.
Oh, Sherry's saying that she just checked. What's her name again? For some reason, that
Kristen
name don't want to
Abdal.
stick. That was it, Kirsten or
It's Kristen
Kristen.
Abdal. AOMDAHL. Amdal.
I probably can remember her first name, but the last name, I'm just like, it starts with a no.
Yeah, it's not easy to say. Yeah.
But Sherry's pointing out that she has a very lacy granny square.
Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. She's really, because I like those lacy stitches, and she's really into lacy things. So she's one of my favorites because of that.
Let's see.
Yeah, it is, Kelly. You're absolutely right. It's like having a full time and then some, and then some. For sure.
Okay, I'm noticing Brenda had to go. I hope you have a good day, Brenda.
Bye, Brenda. Much love, girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I missed anything in the chat. Uh, okay, hi, Kelly. How are you today? And what are you working on?
Hi, Janice.
But yeah, like I couldn't imagine like Bag O Day, like with the emails and
Holy
comments.
cow. No wonder she gets overwhelmed with that. You know what I'm saying? I get overwhelmed and, you know, I don't have a 500th of the, subscribers she has. So yeah, wow. I can't even imagine.
And
Can't
it's
even imagine.
funny. I'm just now noticing Sherry's comment saying, "Imagine Crystal Bag O Day."
Yeah.
Great
I was
minds think
reading it as
alike.
you were saying, so I figured you were, answering for that.
No, I hadn't seen it yet. Let's see. We also have Janice that joined us. Howdy, howdy.
Now this book right here, I wanted to show you something. This book, look at this stitch. Can you see how it basket
Ooh,
weave?
I was about to say that looks kind of like the Celtic, or however you say it, stitch.
Yeah, that's in this crochet geometry book.
But
And that is so pretty. I'm gonna have to use that for something. I like that one. Now this is with thicker yarns. They have everything in this book from small to 5X.
ooh,
Yeah, so
and
I'm an extra large. Yeah, I'm a extra large 2X girl. So this is like, and this is the crochet geometry for us bigger girls.
that's
And
good to know because I have had people asking about plus size patterns for clothing,
yeah,
and and there's not as much out there.
no, there sure isn't. And this book has everything for every pattern from small to 5X. So like here, let me show you this one, which I thought was really, really cool. Um, I don't have much of a belly, but I got a big butt, so so I concentrate on hiding that big butt. But if you have a big belly and you're trying to hide, I'm just being honest, and you're trying to hide it, look at this. Isn't this cool?
Nice. See,
Do you see how that's in a half circle on the bottom of the sweater? And it gives it some really pretty, like a half of a mandala look. And I think that's beautiful. And that's a good belly hider, you know what I mean? And here's it on a real skinny girl.
ooh.
Do you know what I'm saying? That it goes from small to 5X. And there's a lot of really nice patterns in this with some beautiful stitches.
See,
So
for
I would,
me, I've
yeah,
always had big hips my whole
yeah,
life.
hips and butt. That's me. Hips and butt. I'm all hips and butt.
But I know it's like I'm part Swedish, which is why I have big hips.
I have big hips because I like chocolate and bread.
But like my built in general, I don't. Even whenever I was a lot smaller, I always had larger
Yeah,
hips
me too. Me too.
because it's funny. Like whenever I was smaller, it was like you'd see my upper body, and I would look all tiny, tiny.
That's
But
me.
but then you get to my hips, and
You're just you're describing me to a T, Connie. Okay, like from this part up, I don't look that big. But you get down here, and I got some hips going on and some. I don't care. Take me or leave me.
but like what's bad with me is like I've always like yo-yoed like most of my adult life.
Well,
I'll
I had
lose
a
a lot of
gastric
weight, gain it
bypass.
back, lose a lot of weight, gain it
Oh, I
back.
weighed 390 pounds 20 years ago, and I got a gastric bypass. And I had the radical kind, not the kind they do now where it's laparoscopy and no big deal. I had the radical where they cut me, and I lost 220 something pounds, and I got down to real thin for a while. And then in the last, I want to say 3 or 4 years, I put some more of that weight back on. I couldn't understand it. Like, I'm not eating no different. What's the big deal? Well, the doctor told me it's hormonal weight from menopause. Who knew? I put on like 30, 40 pounds, all in the butt area, of course, and hips. And it all came from hormonal weight. Now, how is that fair? You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
How is that? That is not fair.
Like it's hard for me, because I have salt issues, sodium, and you know, I eat too much salt. I'll gain like 10 pounds in a day.
Oh, yeah. I'm on water pills and all that too because of water weight and whatever. Yeah, I totally understand that. But when you take water pills, make sure you take potassium because you get the
Mm.
cramps and all that kind of stuff. It's very important. But yeah, like I said, I stayed the same weight for 20 years and then boom, it all went right to my butt and my legs and thighs and oh man. And I asked the doctor, I'm like, what is the deal? Like all of a sudden, and that's what it was, hormonal weight. I didn't even know that was a thing.
And that's where it's like, because a lot of times people will judge others based on their weight, and you
Oh, my
don't
whole life.
know, you know, they could have something going on medically
Yeah,
that
that was me.
causes them to gain weight.
Yeah, that was me. I'll tell you a funny story is when I was real big, I just went about my daily stuff. I was never a lazy person. Even at 300 and something pounds, I was not lazy. And, I go shopping and, if I threw cookies in the cart for my kids, people look at me, and people are nasty. They really are. Well, I got the surgery. I lost all the weight. I got down thin. And all of a sudden, people are nice to me and they're opening doors and these guys are asking me out and all this kind of stuff. And I thought, you know what? You didn't give me the time of day, or you were nasty and mean to me when I was big. Now all of a sudden you're holding doors and stuff. Get out of my face. I copped an attitude. I did. I copped a big old attitude. I said, some guy would ask me out or something. I'd say, you know what? If you'd have met me 2 years ago, you'd have never even spoke to me. Uh-uh. You
And I
know?
think that's funny how you said that, because I would
Yep.
notice a difference. Like whenever I would lose weight and stuff, people would be nicer to you.
They treat you different. They
They do.
really
They
do. They
they
treat you a lot
really really
nicer,
do.
without a doubt. I'm a walking case of that. I'm a walking case of that.
And it's like,
I'm the same person, same
exactly.
exact person on the inside. There's nothing different about me then as there is now, or back when I was bigger to when I was real small. There's no difference. I was the same exact person,
I
but
was just
I got
about to say the
treated
same
better.
thing.
Yep. I got people who took my opinion more often. People listened to me. People were, pull out a chair, open a door. Can I reach that for you? Because I'm short. I mean, so kind. But when I was bigger, it was like I wasn't even there. Like I wasn't even there. They didn't even pay attention to me. If anything, they were rude. It's terrible. It's terrible
Now,
on how society judges folks. It really
and
is.
another thing too, on the opposite side, is, I don't know if you experience this, but like when you're losing weight, especially when you've lost a good bit at that point, you also get those that get jealous.
Yeah, I noticed when this is funny you mentioned that. I noticed when I lost all my weight, all of a sudden my girlfriends didn't want me around their husband. Like all of a sudden my girlfriends didn't want me around their husbands. Before when I was big, it wasn't a problem. But when I lost the weight, that and I was like, wow, my character is not changed. Just the way I look has changed, but my
I
character
know.
isn't changed. you know and people treat you different in so many different ways. We could sit and talk for 2 hours on that alone, for real. I'm serious, because I went from one extreme to the other. I went from 390 to 145 pounds. When you go from 390 to 145 pounds, and then I had to have skin removed and all that stuff because I was all stretched out. So I mean, there was lots of surgeries, lots of that kind of stuff. And the way people treated me all the way through that process was so different that it really ticked me off. It really, how dare they? I am the same person inside. That's why I don't
Exactly.
treat nobody no different. I don't care if you're big, you're small, you got one leg, whatever the situation. I treat everybody exactly the same.
exactly. Because it's what's inside that matters.
Absolutely.
If you have what I'll call an ugly heart,
That's
you
exactly what
know,
I do.
it's like no. I base a I view a person based on their heart.
Me too. Me too. Too bad we all couldn't just see, there's a saying that says something about too bad we all couldn't judge each other on our souls. You
Hmm.
know, what, judge a person on their heart and how kind they are, or how loving and giving and all the, too bad we couldn't do that instead of judging people on their appearance. It's
Y'all may notice my lighting is horrible. It's raining and like it started getting like real dark, so I had to turn more lighting on.
we're
But with
fixing to get a storm here and it's
but
starting to
like
get dark.
it shines too much through the green screen.
This is an awesome conversation. I hate to leave, but
I
I
know.
really have to because I got to get to this doctor's appointment and it's almost an hour away. So I really much enjoy. I'm sorry we didn't speak a whole lot
It's
on
all
stitches, but
it's all good.
it was
I'm
nice to
gonna
see everybody.
have a
And
good day, Dee.
all right, thank you so much, Connie, for inviting me. I appreciate
You're
it,
welcome.
and I love you guys. I'll see you again soon, but I gotta go.
All right, have a
Bye,
good day.
Connie.
Now I'm gonna stay live. I'm gonna get into some more stitches in just a minute. Um, but yeah, like I said, the lighting's kind of messed up here, and I'm hoping y'all don't hear all the loud rain. It's raining loud. Because I know I was starting to have trouble hearing D because of how loud the rain is coming down. Well, it's starting to calm down now. Let's And Thriss is saying how being blind has always been so very weird to me that people judge folks off looks. Never understood it. It's about the personality is what matters. Let's see. I'm noticing Zola joined. Oh, I have more people that joined in. Let's see. We have Zola that joined us. Dina, Lisa. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm not missing anybody. Oh, Melanie's here too. Howdy, howdy, y'all. And if I miss greeting anybody, just just say hello again in the chat. I'm not intentionally trying to miss telling anyone hello. I don't want anyone to feel excluded or anything. So yeah, let me pull up some of the stitches that I want to talk about. And maybe y'all want to learn these stitches. Let's see, give me just a second. Or maybe y'all want to get creative and design a pattern with one of these stitches. All right, the first one I have, it's a crochet butterfly stitch. And I think that's really pretty. And especially if you're a butterfly lover. Isn't that just gorgeous? And I do have all the links for these stitches, the websites that I'm using today. All those links are in the description box of today's live. But let me know if y'all did hear the rain come through my microphone. I know to me it felt so loud, but I don't know how much it came through. All right, here's another one. This one I think is beautiful. Hold up. What was it called again? It's a lace leaf stitch. And isn't that pretty? And this would be one I think Dee would like. I just think it's so gorgeous. That could maybe be a possibility to use on like an upcoming design, maybe. And here's another one. This one's, I think y'all will love. This is the pineapple stitch. And look at how pretty. And you know one thing, whenever I was searching for stitches to share with y'all, one of the stitches that I had found, and it was from this site here, the mypeacoat.com. It was, they call it a spider stitch. And it looks very similar to the stitch on Bagwoday's olive branch shawl pattern. And really the only reason I didn't share it was it didn't give, it didn't give that the instructions on how to do it. Oh, Kelly's saying Bod just did a pineapple stitch tutorial. Nice. Oh, you thought it had a hole in the middle, Tina? And Janice is saying she has some dollies that her grandmother did in the pineapple stitch. Zola's asking when I'm searching in Ravelry what I type on the subject. I like those lacy patterns. You see, I Google searched for the stitches, but like when I look for patterns, like if I'm looking for maybe cat patterns, I would just search like cat. If I'm looking for like socks, I just would search socks. Say I'm looking for sometimes a pattern with a certain stitch, I might, search like pineapple shawl or something like that. Let's see. If I'm looking for like Valentine's Day gnomes, I would search Valentine's Day gnomes. You just kind of got to play with it. And Sherry's saying Pinterest is a good place to search. Yeah, that sometimes I will turn to Pinterest. I find Pinterest draws you to the paid for patterns more than free patterns. But you never know. Sometimes you find some free ones. Sherry uses Google for free crochet patterns. Oh, and actually, I want to share this with y'all real quick. Because how I said that I was coming up with some topic ideas. Like, my brain was like, coming up with stuff left and right. But these are some topics that I have down to try to do in the future. Now some of these may happen whenever the Southern Crocheters go live. And starting in March, I will be doing another collab giveaway. Not giveaway, I'm sorry. Collab live. Me and Pam with Be Creative Crafts are going to start doing a once a month collaboration live. It's going to be the first Monday of every month at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we're going to be starting that soon. And I mentioned this in my last announcements video. There's going to be some changes coming up on my channel starting in March. I'm only going to go, like my regular lives, I'm only going to go live twice a week on my channel, on Thursdays and Saturdays. And, I'll still have my collab with Barbara. And then I'm going to add this one with Pam. So that's what's going to go on with my live schedule. And then I'm going to be doing my Crochet Tuesday videos or a crochet video like every other week. And on the opposite, every other weeks will be my knitting video. So there'll be like, 2 weeks between my crochet videos and 2 weeks between my knitting ones. But anywho, topics that I'm going to be doing. Well, next month for the Southern Crocheters Live, we're going to be talking about plant plant patterns. And like, the funny thing is, I was searching yesterday and found all sorts of cool plant patterns. Like, and especially if you have trouble keeping your plants living, crochet plants is a good option. But there's some like amazing patterns I found. I also want to do something to do with like gardening with like vegetable patterns, because I noticed like a bunch of really awesome like vegetable stuff, like forming type things. Fruits is something else I want to cover. And now this is one that will probably be done on the Southern Crocheters Live. Then it'll probably be uh what, in June, for June's, like a beachy theme, like beachy patterns, like seashells, any pretty much anything beachy. And then jungle animals is something else. Maybe aquarium. I want to do like bag makes is something too. Tunisian crochet, mosaic crochet. Oh, and when I was talking about the collab with Pam, the first thing we're going to do is graph gans. That will be the topic for our first live together. Then headbands or ear warmers is another idea. Chickens, farm animals, frogs, dogs, cup cozies, granny squares, which will be probably the next time Dee comes live with me. We'll do that. Socks, gloves, washcloths, pot holders. And at Christmas time, I want to do one that's like a bunch of different Christmas stockings. I know I got off subject. But yeah, that's some ideas I have for some future topics for the lives. Sherry says I was one of those small hook stitches, not my favorite. Aw. Denise loves the pineapple stitch. Tina saying it was a leaf. Oh, hey, Chris, how are you? And what are you working on? Yeah, there, like with Pinterest, there's times that I like Pinterest. It just kind of depends. But my go to for patterns is Ravelry. So this says I never thought about plant patterns. Interesting. Yeah, yeah, because after our live on, well, yesterday I think it was. Well, we were like, we haven't figured out next month's topic. And we start. Barbara was like, something spring. And like at first she kind of went with plants, and my first reaction was kind of like, and then I'm like, well, you know what? I've been seeing these like really cute like succulent patterns like on Facebook on my feed, and I'm like, this could be a good idea. And Barbara was talking about somebody like had done like some fern makes, and I went down that rabbit hole big time yesterday. Big time. I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I found one that's oh, what you call it, Venus flytrap. Wait, y'all gonna like the patterns that we'll share. Yeah, basically like you could just like put a crochet plant out instead of like an actual plant in your house. Oh, hi, Kim D. How are you today? She says she loves amigurumi, currently working on 2 zebras. I have all the Zumagurumi books, 1 to 10. Ooh. Oh, yeah, I think I have seen that Dee has done crochet plants now that I think about it. Ooh. Oh, Chris is working on the first cup. Haha, most other functions are not booted up yet. Yeah, coffee's good. Oh, Kim has done some crochet plants. You know one thing too. Those of y'all that's done crochet plants, send me some pictures of y'all plants, and we'll share it in the live when we do it next month. Dawn says most of the stuff I save now, I'm trying to think of others, so trying to do free patterns. Sherry says I am an amigurumi failure. Aw, I look at the project and I said that looks too small. I used a hook 2 sizes larger and got a fourth into the pattern. Big fail. One thing with amigurumi, um, like typically you tend to want to go down in hook size with amigurumis because you don't want like your stitches to be all holy where the stuffing shows. Let's see. Kim says, I love all of them. The hamster is really cute. I like making that one. Aw. Oh, hey, Brenda Bear. How are you? And what are you working on? Dawn says, I love plants, so didn't do crochet. I had like almost 100. I've been saving a few cool crocheted ones now. Ooh. But yeah, if y'all made plants, crocheted any plants, yeah, send y'all pictures in. Let's see. Zola's saying she never tried amigurumis, but have a bunch she wants to try. Every time I see something new, I want to try it. Now I have a humongous list. And you know what my advice is, Zola? Just jump on in. You know, when you go to do your next project, try an amigurumi. And you know, even if it doesn't come out perfect, you know, you're learning. And more than likely with amigurumi, you're probably going to have some mistakes with it. I mean, mine are not perfect. Kelly says she learned to crochet almost 2 years ago by doing amigurumi. Oh, let's see. But yeah, when it comes to amigurumis, you typically sometimes like you have to go down in hook sizes because you don't want the holes where the stuffing pops out. Sherry says she feels a better sense of accomplishment when she does a shawl or baby blanket. Yeah, I love shawls. Oh, Denise says she hasn't done plants, but years ago I made flowers. Well, you can send like flowers too, because it's basically plants, which includes flowers. So, and some of the patterns shared will be flower ones. Brenda says, I was just spinning some flax and now I am working on the sleeves of a knit cardigan. Ooh, nice. And Denise says, I've seen a hanging pea plant that I would love to make. Ooh. And you know what? Have y'all ever seen that like pea in a pod pattern? It's too cute. Let's see. Yeah, and YouTube tutorials are very helpful. And really another thing too, I'm trying to think of, well, probably I know Ella with no catchy name, she does a lot of amigurumis on her channel. I'm trying to think of some other good channels for amigurumis. my mind's blank right now. I know there's others out there, and if y'all bring some up, I'll be like, yep, that's a good one. But I know definitely Ella with No Catchy Name does a lot of amigurumis. Let's see. Yeah, Brenda Bear loves spinning. Sherry says she learned to crochet from YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I learned in 2022. Oh, okay. Dawn saying Hooked by Katie. I don't think I've heard of her. Oh, Brenda saying Complicated Knots is a newer amigurumi channel. I haven't heard of that one either. And Hooked by Robin, yeah, that's one. All right, let me get back to the stitches. It don't take much to get me off topic. Let's see. This is a flower stitch. I think this is pretty. Very, very pretty. This would be beautiful like on a wrap or a shawl. Ooh, I'm getting some ideas. I've been on a creative kick lately, like getting ideas for designs. Jen saying repeat after me is one too. And that one sounds familiar. I'm trying to think. It's I think I know who you're talking about. No, I think I'm thinking repeat crafter me. I don't know. Let's see. Have a good day, Kelly. Kim saying Lepete's Saint Crochet is a good one. I never heard of her either. Oh, Brenda likes that stitch. Yeah, repeat crafter me. That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I follow her more on her website. Okay, so let's get on to the next stitch. I think this one's beautiful. Long loop puff stitch. And I love a lot of the variations to the puff stitch. But I think this is just gorgeous. And one thing too, like if you scroll down, that's where it shows you the directions for the stitch. Especially on this side here. Oh, Sherry's saying that she made a beautiful stitch marker holder for Abigail. And it came out beautiful. Aw. I bet either she loves it or when she gets it, she'll love it. I don't know if she's gotten it yet. All right, next up. This is a flower puff stitch. Isn't that pretty too? And I could see like something like this, like on a wrap or a shawl. Ooh. See, my creative juices are flowing. Because I am trying to work on designing some more patterns. So, all right, next up. This is the box puff stitch. Told y'all I love the puff stitch. And isn't this gorgeous? I think that one's beautiful. Yeah. You see, I kind of wish, like, the bad thing, like, with lives, you can't really share video, things. So I know a lot of people like video tutorials. But in the same aspect, some of these you can Google the names, or kind of look it up on YouTube to see if you can find a video tutorial on some of these stitches. But you know, written things work better with lives to share. Let's see. Sherry says, I love the look of changing color each row, but not an item I would ever do because the color changes. You see, I, I don't like having all the ends to weave in either, but I force myself. Like, if I like something and I want to make it, I do it. And the more you do it, it's not as difficult anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still don't really like weaving them in, but it's not like I'm like, you know. Let's see. Yeah, some of the colors that they used on this is I love. And another thing too, sometimes too with like different colors and stuff, you know, if you get like the right like cake yarns or certain yarns, it kind of like it depends on the pattern type thing, but sometimes you get that like beautiful flow to it. Denise likes the flower puff. Let's see. Denise likes the colors in the box puff. Ooh, Sherry said her mom gave her a lot of vintage crochet books. I just discovered this site, the My Pico site today, and I do like all the stitches I'm showing, the websites they're on. I have all those links in the description box of today's live. Let's see. StreamYard's confusing me because when I pull up the links, they've reversed what side it's on. So I keep wanting to go to the other side. All right. So this is a crochet braid stitch. And I think this is beautiful. It adds nice pretty texture. You see this one, you just keep scrolling down. Well, hold up. Yeah, here it is. See, it has the instructions down here. And there's a video too. Supposedly. But yeah. Who else loves textured stitches? All right, the one I'm about to show, I think this one's really cool. This is they're called the sunflower stitch. And I'm looking at it, and it really looks like it's like an, applique that was sewn on. But evidently it's part of the stitch. But isn't that pretty? See, like, you can make like a blanket or something. And you see how they did here? Combine it with some other stitches. Or another idea, like you kind of do your row like this one, go to the next section with a different color yarn, and just basically do the background stitch. The same stitch in the background of the sunflower stitch. That could be really pretty. And I could see this like make a headband with it too. But I thought that was a really cool stitch. Oh, hey Miguel, how are you? And what are you working on? Let's see what everyone's saying. Sherry says, I don't weave in ends. I cover them as I am crocheting. I color change in the last stitch of previous color. And when I do my joins, I do like day. I leave long tails and they work in so well. I may have to try to start doing like that. I mean, I change it like on, when you finish the last stitch of the row, I incorporate the new color, but I still have always weaved in my ends. Are you welcome, Brenda Bear? Yeah, usually on my lives when I'm sharing stuff from like websites and stuff, usually the links are usually in the description box of the lives, like especially if it's patterns. Let's see. Y'all seem to be loving these stitches. Oh, you love the stitch above the red flowers too? Ooh. Ooh, Miguel's getting him some groceries. But yeah, so am I giving y'all some ideas that y'all want to play around with these stitches? Oh, you sent me an email, Kim. Let's see. Let's see what. Hold up. I'm not seeing it. Let me check spam. No. I haven't gotten anything yet. Thanks, Miguel. Yeah, this is one of my favorite hats. That's not like one of my either cutesy or holiday hats. All right, next stitch. This is the lace flower stitch. And isn't that a pretty lacy one? Very pretty. And like I said earlier, all the websites, they have directions on it for how to do the stitches. See? All right, next up. This is one that I've always liked the look to it. It's the boar stitch. And I love how it kind of like has that elevated going down the stitch. See, I love how that looks. Okay. This is the crochet shell stitch, but not quite the shell stitch like how you think of it. But at least I love how it looks in this picture, like with the different colors like that. I think that's pretty. And this one is the love knot stitch. I think that's pretty. And I love like how it looks like in the center right, the center of it. It almost kind of looks like a little like flower inside. Let's see. Okay, Kim. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, some of the colors are like really cool that they use. Oh, hi, Diane. How are you doing today? Glad you're enjoying my live. Okay, moving on. I love this one. Granted, this one I don't really like the yarn, but this is the flower puff stitch. But isn't that a gorgeous stitch? And I really wish they would have used a yarn that would show the stitch better. I told y'all I have a thing for the puff stitch variations. Okay, like here, yeah, here's a picture of it. I wonder how it would look in some ice Picasso yarn. I think that would be beautiful. Sherry likes the gloves. Oh, congratulations, Miguel. If y'all haven't checked Miguel out, go check him out. Miguel, type the word drop so Nightbot can drop your channel link. And if anybody that has channels, once y'all links drop, type the word drop, and Nightbot will hook y'all up. Let's see. I love what Chris says. He says, "Yeah, the yarn is like trying to find a use for your matted purple dog fur, but it is a nice stitch." Yeah, but I mean, some people may like that yarn. You know, everyone has different tastes, but it wouldn't be my pick. All right, next up. This is the sprout stitch. Okay, here's uh hopefully y'all can see it. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think y'all can see it somewhat decent. Okay, here it is better. That should be better. But I like the look of that. And here's a project using the stitch. Yeah, and there's the directions. Okay. Next up is this just says textured stitch. But look at how pretty. I love the look of this. That's very, very pretty. Yeah, one thing I noticed about the mypico.com website, some of the stitches, I don't find they give like necessarily a true name. Because I know like when I was looking, like I had different ones saying flower stitch. Um but they have some beautiful stitches. Because, hold up, let me share something with y'all. As you see, if you go to free patterns, it gives you all these different options. And I'm going to open work and lace stitches. But you see, like a lot of these, like some of these I was going to share with y'all today. But like, for instance, like this one, it's not showing like the pattern. And I wanted y'all to be able to have instructions on how to do the stitch. I don't know, maybe I didn't dig enough, but I'm not seeing it, the instructions. But let's see. Yeah. See, this is the one I was talking about that looks a lot like Bag O' Day's olive branch shawl. And they call this spider stitch on this site. But whenever I look up spider stitch, like in general, it don't show this. It shows a different stitch. But I love that stitch on Bod's shawl. That's one of my favorite shawl patterns of Bag O' Day shawl patterns. All right, here is the snowflake stitch. I think that one's cool. Very, very pretty. And that's one thing whenever I do lives on different stitches, I discover a lot of new stitches. Miguel saying one of the stitches looked like a honeycomb. Tina says that one that I didn't care for the yarn on, that it wouldn't show dirt very well. But you see, that's how I feel, Chris. Um, that yarn hides the stitch definition too much. Okay, let's see. All right, next up is the Hort stitch. And if you look closely, you'll see it's shaped like a heart, like in the center of the stitch. I'm going to see if they have a better picture. Yeah, this one's better. But it's at an angle. But yeah. See here? Oh, that don't show it too good. But I think that's a cool stitch. Brenda says she's always discovering new stitches, patterns, and folks through me. Oh, really? I want to say, I think Dee got me started on the stitches. If I recall right. But yeah, you don't know what like you'll discover through me. If you're looking for patterns, you'll find a lot of patterns through me because I do share patterns a lot on my lives. Let's see. All right, next stitch. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I just have a few more to share. I think it's 3 more. This is a jasmine stitch, and I think this is beautiful. I love how that looks. Very, very pretty. Okay, Kim, I got your email now. I just noticed it came through. And this is a stitch that I really love. And the last time that me and Dee talked about stitches, we may have shared this one. I don't remember, but it's worth sharing again. This is the feather stitch. And the scarf that I'm currently designing has this stitch in it. I love how this stitch looks. And Barbara with Crochet Therapy had done some gloves using this stitch. And I believe either she did it on a live showing how to make the gloves, or she has like a regular video with the gloves. But I love that stitch. I tend to like the lacy and textured stitches. Tina says those are gorgeous stitches, not your TV watching stitches though. But in the same aspect, once you get it down, it probably will come easier where you can still watch TV while crocheting. It was really looking at these stitches, it gives me ideas of, stitches I can use on designs. Let's see. Okay. So now here's, I think, the last one. This is the textured puff stitch. And I think, oh, let me click on it. This is gorgeous. Very gorgeous. I'm going to have to look up like more variations to see if I can find more for the puff stitch. But yeah, that's the final stitch for today. The final stitch down. So I hope y'all enjoyed those stitches and that it helps inspire y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and play my little short video, and then I'll come back and say my adioses. Give me just a second. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. And you know what? I just realized I had updated my video, my little closing video, with the recent people that have become channel members, and I forgot to upload it to StreamYard, so that doesn't have the updated list on it. So I also want to thank Jessica and Suzanne, the Swedish Yorny hooker, too. I didn't mean to not include y'all. I just forgot to change the video out. But anywho, I want to thank everyone for watching today, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's live. And Granny D should be live right now, so go alien invade her and tell her that Connie was talking too much, and that's why y'all are late. And Connie wouldn't stop being quiet. She just kept talking and talking. but yeah, if y'all have time, go say hello to Granny D. So anyway, I hope y'all all have a fabulous Yorny day. Oh, hi Cynthia. She said she's been lurking. But yeah, I hope y'all all oh gee. For some reason, I keep thinking today is Saturday. Whenever I schedule today's live, I use my thumbnail for Saturday's live. And then I realized it, had to take it down, reschedule the live. For some reason, I don't want to accept that it's Thursday. So yeah, Granny D is not live right now. Told y'all my brain's not working today. It broke. But anyway, I hope y'all are all having a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light, and bye.